Joining us now on the show, we have a senior leader of the BJP, K.Annamalai. Thank you very much, sir, for speaking to us on this issue. I want to start by asking you about your comment on the motion of impeachment that has been submitted by members of the INDIA Bloc. You say, and I quote, if the agenda on the table is to flaunt their anti-Hindu credentials, the MPs of India Alliance wear it like a badge of honor. The thing to note is, though, that the impeachment motion has not in any way been directly related to what happened in Madurai, the lighting of the Kartikai Deepam. Essentially, what the MPs have said is that the judge is conducting himself in a way that raises serious questions regarding impartiality, transparency, and the secular functioning of the judiciary. Why would you then call these MPs anti-Hindu? They are just saying that the judge is not acting in an impartial, secular fashion.
Ma'am, it is very unfortunate that the DMK MPs, as part of the India Alliance, they met the Honorable Speaker today with a certain set of signatures to move the impeachment process. We have to understand, madam, in Tamil Nadu, the DMK government, if somebody is not to their liking, they invent reasons. Since Mr. G.R. Swaminathan, the Honorable Judge's order on Tirupparamkunram issue is not to their liking, they've invented some reasons. It is the way DMK sees them. It is very, very unfortunate. That too, when the DMK government has gone on appeal to the Supreme Court, and when the appeal is there pending for admission, and right now they're trying to move an impeachment process, I really don't know what they're trying to achieve. And all the reasons in the impeachment notice also, it's invented reasons. Now, I'm sitting in front of you where Mr. G.R. Swaminathan has given a judgment against me as a person. One of my speech for contempt for hate speech, where G.R. Swaminathan ji has given a judgment against me, where I had to go to the higher court and get it stayed. Now, since because he has given a judgment against me, I am not saying that his bad is good. He has given a judgment, fine. That is how all judgments has to be looked. Whether it is a well-reasoned judgment, whether the judgment follows the constitutional property, whether the judgment follows the natural process of law. In terms of Tirupparamkunram issue, yes, it follows the natural process of justice. It follows the constitutional property. Even in the division bench, when they went for an immediate appeal, one day later, even the division bench refused to stay this order. And today, in the Honorable Madurai bench of the Madras High Court, the same judge, Mr. C.R. Swaminathan, has quoted multiple instances in the last 2 months. He has quoted 3 instances in the last 2 months, where the local SP and the collector has defied the judge. Now we are seeing an unprecedented situation in Tamil Nadu, where the superintendent of police of a district and the district collector and the commissioner of police, they have defied the judge's order at 3 instances. In Tirupparamkunram, they have defied. In a place called Dindikkal, in Perumal Kovil issue, they have defied. Again, in a place called Killiyur in Kanyakumari, they have defied. Now, what is the logic that DMK MPs are trying to say to the people of our country? That no, if we don't like a judge's order, we will bring impeachment motion, we will threaten a judge, we will bring judiciary into submission, we will threaten the judiciary to give judgments to our liking. Is this the message the MPs wanted to give to the whole country through this impeachment process? Madam, I fail to understand what is their logic.
But that could be your interpretation. Again, I heard a lot of parties who have participated, who put their signature on this particular impeachment motion, and they seem to suggest specific allegation against Justice G.R. Swaminathan is that, one, he has shared a stage with the leader of your party, Mr. H. Raja, that he has made casteist comments about how people from only a certain caste should become priests, and 3, that he has also mocked Dravidian practices. That is why they are questioning his conduct and they are seeking his impeachment.
Madam, okay, if you are taking that line as an argument, I can give you multiple instances where a card-holding member of a DMK party at one point of time has become a judge of the Madras High Court. A judge of a Madras High Court whose mother was a MLA of the DMK party. I can just quote instances. I'm not getting into that. I can also quote instances where certain judges have spoken something in their mind which I can take offense to. But since they've spoken in a private capacity, so none of us are interested to make it a big issue. Of course, G.R. Swaminathan multiple times in private functions, he could have spoken something. Whether I agree to it or not, it's a different context. Judges, we have seen, multiple judges in private context, they speak. And nowhere I think that G.R. Swaminathan has mocked any practices of Tamil people. Of course, he might have a viewpoint, he must have said that, and none of his judgments reflected that. Judgments reflected only the spirit of law. Now, the DMK government wants to bring selectively G.R. Swaminathan, calls his caste into question, calls his religion into question. All his judgments they want to bring through this angle. It's very unfortunate. When somebody starts seeing a judge through their perspective, start selectively taking each speech, each word out of context, so start selectively picking into their private appearances in different functions, a farewell function or a book release function or different functions. It is very unfortunate. G.R. Swaminathan, I am not defending him. I only defend his right to be a judge. I only defend his right to give the judgments. I only defend his right to give the judgments in the spirit of constitution, which he has done. And some of the judgments I might not agree. Some of the judgments somebody might not agree. That's a different issue, madam. In terms of Tirupparamkunram, if they have an issue, they can always go to the Supreme Court and get it stayed. Now, only they have taken this fig leaf of Tirupparamkunram. They want to add all those drama to it, selectively character assassinate the judge, and bring an impeachment motion by getting the signature of only the India Alliance MPs, which is very, very unfortunate. If people start doing this, political impeachment motion is given only because I remember nine times post our independence impeachment process they have used it at different points of time. Of course, many has failed. At many point of time, it is corruption. At many impeachment process, it is about vitiating the spirit of constitution. It is about assaulting the spirit of judiciary. First time I'm seeing a judgment did not favor a DMK government. They are bringing all these allegations just to build a case against the said judge, which is very unfortunate, ma'am. I think people of our country rightly should put an end to this kind of thing because there is no end to it. If everybody start taking an offense to a particular judge whom they don't like, then every year we have to admit at least 50 to 100 impeachment process in parliament. It is that the Inquiry of Judges Act is not, this particular process is not created for that. And DMK today, they stand exposed before the people of our country by nakedly trying to bring something. People of country are read through it. Okay, you have a problem with Tirupparamkunram. You're trying to bring all those to personally character assassinate a judge.
But has it also now become a clash of ideologies? And very unfortunately, maybe it's also become about caste, because one particular line in that notice that has been shared, where it says that he is favoring advocates from a particular community. What exactly is this a reference to? What community is being referred to over here?
Ma'am, okay, ma'am, how can they substantiate it? If they move a process saying that the judge belongs to a certain caste, is favoring advocates from a certain caste, do they have instances? Do they have numbers to prove whenever an advocate from a particular caste has appeared before his bench, they got a judgment in their favor? When the caste of an advocate from some other caste they came, they didn't get judgment. It is nonsense, ma'am. It is illogical. Anybody can just write a line. Anybody can just write a line and say. And any advocate is free to move before a judge. Very, very unfortunate. They want to bring his judge into question. Just a namesake, a single line, they can write anything. And nobody has given a complaint till now. Is there a complaint? Has the Bar Council of Madras has spoken about this at different points of time? The Bar Council of the Madurai bench of Madras High Court has spoken about it in different contexts? No, nobody has spoken. Only because the Tirupparamkunram issue has happened, suddenly they want to bring all this angle and try to corner a judge. Of course, we also have serious misgivings with certain judges who we call into question in the Madras High Court, but we chose not to do it because we want to keep judiciary above politics. People from a DMK background, we don't question, fine, they are sitting in that position, we want to give respect to that position. And I'm just bringing some other context for your reference, madam. This is the first time in the history of country's independence, the DMK government has returned back the file sent by the High Court, the appointment of elevation of judges to Madras High Court. Because they felt they don't have judges to their liking. So they sent it back. Tamil Nadu doesn't have a DGP. Tamil Nadu has got an in-charge DGP. Because the UPSC has given 5 names, all the 5 names the DMK did not like, so they are putting in-charge DGP. This is the state of Tamil Nadu's administration. You don't like somebody, don't appoint a DGP. You don't like the judges who are getting elevated to the Madras High Court, return the file. You don't like the judgment that is given in the Tirupparamkunram case, immediately character assassinate and move an impeachment motion. Unfortunately, this is the sad state of affairs that is happening in Tamil Nadu, madam.
You know, at the very center of it all, of course, is Tirupparamkunram. And related to that, the DMK's main issue is that the entire right to be able to light the holy flame is just an excuse by the BJP. That the people who have gone in appeal are fronts for the BJP, and you are reviving or you are touching upon a sore nerve, an issue which had remained settled for all of these years. Why?
Madam, I agree with the part of your question. Of course, there are certain things that is settled in Tirupparamkunram, and there the demarcation is clearly settled, what belongs to Muslims and what belongs to the temple. And nobody is questioning Dargah, which belongs to the Islamic community. The steps leading up to Dargah belongs to the Islamic community. The Nelli Topu, the flat area where the burial process happens, belong to Muslim community. It's very clear cut. I only ask my DMK friends, nowhere in the whole process from 1920, the Deepatun was under question. Deepatun was always belonging to the Hindu temple, which is the Lord Subramania's temple. Deepatun always belongs to the Hindu temple. So the judge has given an order, a well reasoned out order, stating that you can't light on the top of the hillock, which is essentially the dargah is at the highest point, but you can light at the Deepatun, where 100 years back the process was there, so which is lower than the dargah. No previous judgments has touched it. The previous appeals of certain Hindu activists or certain bhaktas of Lord Muruga was about lighting at the top of the hillock. And G.R. Swaminathan, the judge clearly says you can't light at the top of the hillock. It belongs to the dargah, belongs to Islamic community. He has given permission to do it at the Deepatun. And DMK takes offense to Deepatun. Now we have to understand Deepatun very clearly belongs to the temple, madam. Nobody had a problem. In fact, unfortunate part is after December 1, the judgment was given. The first guy who went on appeal is the temple's executive officer, whose primary duty is to protect Deepatun. It is not the Dargah people who went on first appeal. Dargah people went on appeal on 4th after the DMK's instigation. That is the level to which the temple executive officer himself is behaving like a DMK agent.
Because they
and
are
the judgment
saying that
is very well reasoned out. The DMK of course says no. The 2014...
Because they are saying that the intent is not a religious one. The intent is to create communal trouble. All of these years, nobody had a problem. Then why did Rama Ravi Kumar of Tamilar Kachi go in appeal against it? For years, Deepatun did not see the Deepak lit over there. Why now? Why revive this issue now?
Madam, anybody has got the right to go on appeal at any point of time to protect their faith. Mr. Rama Ravi Kumar is one guy, along with 5 petitioners were there. There are 6 petitioners. And for all the 6 petitioners, the petition was combined together. A judgment was given on 1st December. Now, the same question I can ask in case of Killiyur, where Mr. Swaminathan, the judge talks about in today's contempt of court judgment, he says, in Killiyur there is a fight between in Kanyakumari Christian and Hindus for a hillock, which is named as Malayadam Kundran, where Murugan is playing on top of a hill. So there continuously it is appealed by a Christian person, one by name Wilson. So anybody can make an appeal. Why only Christians should go on appeal? Why Hindus should go on appeal? Anybody can go on appeal to protect their faith. Just like nobody is reading into others, why DMK wants to read, since Rama Ravi Kumar is a Hindu, how can he go on appeal? Only a Hindu can go on appeal to protect the religion custom. And BJP, we stand for right of every community. If somebody says Dargah belongs to Hindu, we are not for it. Dargah belongs to Muslim. It is clearly established by law in different judgments during the British time and post-independence. We are only saying Deepatun, the Bhaktas of Muruga want to light it. The High Court has given permission. Why is the police blocking? That is our argument.
Because
why is the government not facilitating the High Court judgment?
Because a riot-like situation started.
You see in the last
they say a riot-like situation started. BJP leaders came there.
That happened in Madurai. It is only the government that is vitiating the atmosphere by creating law and order, deploying thousands of policemen, barricading the whole city, make it look like a war zone, troubling the local population. Is even the window of a single bus got broken? Nothing. Peacefully Hindus have come. They showed 144, 163 BNSS, which is again faulty. Peacefully they went back. Again they came back. They arrested everybody, including our state president Nainar Nagendran ji. Again they went back. Again next day they came. Again they blocked. Where did the Hindu community, anywhere in the whole 8 days, did they create any law and order?
The government has said that half a dozen policemen were injured.
Forces are in Tamil Nadu to create law and order.
The government has said half a dozen policemen were injured. Only 10 people were supposed to go under CISF cover. Close to 50 people assembled there and created a quote-unquote riot-like situation. And backed by your party, according to the government.
Madam, you can see very clearly the visuals. Very clearly the visuals on 3rd. When the High Court gave a contempt of court judgment that 10 petitioners can go along with CISF, people went. When police said only 10 can come, they said only 10 of us are there, we will go. Then police said, no, 144 CRPC, 163 BNSS, you can't go. Then they said, fine, 3 will go, not even 10. They said 2 will go. Then they said 1 guy will go. The whole visual is there in the public spectacle where the police brazenly, they said 10, police did not agree. They said 3 did not agree, even 1 did not agree, visual is there. Then for a peaceful set of protesters, they are trying to use lathi charge, pushing and pulling. And all those confusion we were seeing that is happening in the ground, the unfortunate situation which the police created on third evening. And the CASF which dutifully went, they also returned back because a big center state problem would have happened. The DMK government was creating a center state issue by pitting the local police against the CASF on that day. Let us see the visuals, madam. Which Hindu provoked the police? Which Hindu attacked the police? Which Bhaktas of Muruga attacked them? Nobody attacked. It is the police that vitiated the whole atmosphere. In fact, in today's judgment, the Honorable Judge says, this is a contempt of courts, contempt of courts, contempt of courts, contempt. So today's judgment is 4th contempt of contempt. So he says, when the police commissioner on 4th, he ran away. Because 3rd, he was supposed to implement. Since contempt will come, he sent deputy commissioner next. This is a serious case where the police commissioner doesn't want to come on 3rd. He wants to send deputy commissioner because he's already in contempt. Let the deputy commissioner face the contempt. This kind of joke the administrator is playing on the judge. What will the judge do, madam? You tell me.
So, Mr. Annamalai, how does this get resolved? You know, the overarching narrative now is that the BJP is trying to recreate, and I quote what has been said in many videos, many articles, that you are trying to turn Madurai into the Ayodhya of the south, and that you are trying to create a Babri-like situation by bringing down the Dargah.
Madam, nobody is bringing down the Dargah. Dargah is peacefully there, and our Muslim friends have got every right to go to the Dargah, offer their worship and come back. It is 4 months back, a mischievous set of Islamic friends led by the Ramanathapuram MP himself, they tried to reclaim the whole hill and rename it as Sikandar Hill. The DMK government was watching. Somebody wanted to take the goat up the hill and cut it, which is illegal. Again, the DMK government was watching, which the court banned the cutting and slaughtering. Then the DMK MP from Ramanathapuram, the Muslim League MP, he took a chicken biryani and ate up to show the whole world that he can eat chicken biryani on a sacred place. All this nonsense they did. The DMK government stood watching. None of them moved to the court. None of them even did one arrest. None of them even filed a 107 CRPC. Nothing happened. Now, a Muruga Bhaktas, they want to go peacefully to Deepatun only on that one day, madam. 3rd evening, they want to do at 6 o'clock, quietly come back. Who made this a big issue, madam? If the DMK has politely allowed, even five petitioners politely allowed up, they would have gone there, lighted the Deepa and come back. Issue is solved. Who made this issue into a national issue? Who vitiated the whole atmosphere, madam? It is DMK. Which Hindu or the Muruga Bhaktas did it, madam? The whole issue should have been solved in 10 minutes. It is the DMK which wanted to do minority appeasement, consolidate all minority votes. They want to do this drama. They orchestrated the whole law and order issue to tell our minority friends, I am with you. I will protect you. Even if the court gives judgment, don't worry, I am there. What is this drama they did, madam? It is absolutely against the spirit of the promise that the chief minister took by oath sitting in that chair. How can he treat two different communities separately when there is a judgment right in front of him? Of course, he has got every right to go to Supreme Court appeal and get back. Fine. Nobody has got a problem, madam. Now, why move impeachment motion now just to inform the other judges in Tamil Nadu at High Court at other level? Anybody gives a judgment against our government, then we will also face the same thing, madam.
It was already a potent combination when you had the issue of religion, belief, and politics colliding, but could now the judiciary also become collateral damage of this? We'll keep a close watch on that for the time being. Mr. Annamalai, for speaking to us, thank you very much.